Lost in this hazy room, the darkness surrounds. Pulsating beats electrify the ground. I feel the energy, it's flowing through my veins.
Hey, good morning, guys. It's April here with the Phoenix Collective, a group of like-minded individuals dedicated to the process of personal ascension and reaching our authenticity, right? That's the highest vibration there is. And the only requirement for membership here is that you have a desire to better yourself. That's it, okay? We are all connected as one, right? That's the law of oneness. It states that we are all from the same source, right? That is God, the creator, the divine, whatever your name is for that, okay? That we are here to experience life and ascend together, okay? So I'm just here to lift the vibration to a higher consciousness. And if you want to be part of that, speak your truth and welcome to the journey. All right? I'm not better than you. You're not better than me. We're all learning lessons and suffering the human condition together. Okay? So we're just doing God's work and trying to make it a better place. I got some tarot for you. All right? Let's get started. So as I'm drawing the tarot today, once again, I'm getting nothing but major arcana cards here, guys. Wow. You know what that means? That means that we are going through some major life events, pivotal moments in the collective and on this timeline. All right. So major life events, which is awesome because I'm seeing that we're pushing through to our highest timeline, okay? And right now we can kind of feel like we're kind of stuck in the middle, but just know that like timeline shifts and DNA upgrades, new light codes being downloaded. Anytime we're going through a personal ascension or another spiritual awakening, and I think I'm on like number 3 here, okay? It's kind of like fasting. Okay, I don't know if any of you can relate to this, but it's the only way that I can kind of like explain it. Okay, when you go through a fast, you get to a point in like within the first week where you just feel like shit. That's because your body's purging out all that ick. But then right after that, it's like a complete renewal and rebirth, right, of energy and vitality and strength, and like everything is fresh again. So in the collective, when we're going through these time shifts or these spiritual awakenings, there's going to be a time period where all the old karma and all that crap that we've gone through kind of purges out of you, and you experience it again a little bit, right? So your body has to like as it pushes it out. So just know that we are like, what's coming next is, and I mean, I'm feeling like we're kind of heading into that because I'm feeling so much better. You know, last week I was like not feeling well, kind of sick, kind of like, bored as fuck. And I don't know why, because I got a million things going on in my life, but I just kind of felt like a mundane, like, really, this is all life has to offer, more of the same. But like, Spirit breathed that life back into me, and I'm like seeing the new connections and just the gifts again. All right, so you just shake off that when it happens. All right, it could be the switch in the seasons as well, or just the Halloween kind of fall, because fall represents that cleanse, right? Because everything is dying off the trees, and we're going dormant into the winter, which is that hibernation kind of time. So you know, we are affected by the seasons, whether people want to believe it or not. Okay, so anyway, it's kind of busy at my work today. I gotta get back to it for just a minute. All right, I'll be back with some tarot. Hello, welcome back. All right, so pulling first in line is the Justice card. Okay, now everyone is accountable for their own actions. All right, that's what this card is saying. we know this, okay? Tarot doesn't tell you anything new. It just tells you the situation, okay? So I'm picking up on the situation where fairness and balance is a question here, okay? And this is just the divine's way. This has been a kind of a running theme, and we're going to see it probably a lot with the plutonic energy that's going on around us, right? That's that collective energy that is affecting us at the moment, okay? So collective energy is just energy that's around and affecting everybody. What you do with that energy and how you manifest that is up to you. All right, so I'm kind of feeling a little compelled to talk about this Justice card just a little bit. You know, with everything going on with that plutonic energy going forward, and talking about the flying monkeys, and talking about, you know, people that have been the ringleaders of nefariousness, right? And felonious behavior, right? Those invested in creating false narratives about other people to cover up what they've done wrong, or to justify them for villainizing somebody else for saying no to them, cutting them off, not giving them what they want, not being their narcissistic supply, right? All right, so like I'm thinking about my own life here, right? Okay. And this is just an example because I feel very much like we need to talk about these things because there are a lot of light workers and people out there, and I want you to understand that you're here for a reason, and it's to break these cycles. All right, so I have a dual master's, 2 master's degrees, okay? Every career that I've ever had, I've risen to leadership and or created my own business. Single mother for over 11 years, right? Struggling with the child on my own without any family support, which really limited my ability to work, right? Because I had to choose, either be home with my kid or have the babysitter raise them because I had no family support. My mother wouldn't even watch my child, okay? And yet think about this. My twin sister, my mom watched her kid every day when she went through the same situation as being a single mother and paid for her to go to private school, but yet not me, okay? I used to think I wasn't lovable, you guys. I used to think something was wrong with me, all right? My aunt, her husband left her, and my grandmother supported her. My older sister, the father of her child, left her, and she ended up in a homeless shelter. And my mother helped her, and I called upon everyone to pray for her. Yet, when I was, I became a single mother after I left the gentleman that I was seeing because he was pretending to work and not working. Like literally, you guys, sitting at home playing the Nintendo. Okay, came back to the house thinking I was cheating on him with the roommate that we had at the time that was both of us, and took 8 police officers to detain the scene. He broke out every single window in our apartment that I had just remodeled for the landlord. Okay, I was a teacher at the time, not just a teacher but a leader, had a leadership role in the education field where I was teaching other teachers as well. Okay, and running a director of a after-school program that I started from the floor up. Okay, so I was at the pinnacle of my career. All right, and this guy at the time, he comes in, he breaks out every window, he's bleeding out everywhere. 8 police officers detained the situation, yet the police didn't even give him a domestic violence charge. They gave him a crime against the property, and then the landlord sued me for $7,000 in damages. I suffered from severe PTSD. Had to leave my job because my job didn't understand what I was going through as a single mother. He called out several false claims against me to where I worked in places just to come after me, okay? Like, seriously, it was horrible. My mother said that I couldn't then stay on her couch even though I was afraid to go back to my own apartment, right? And then told family members not to help me. My son and I lived in a storage garage until I was able to get an apartment, but life is difficult, okay? So meanwhile, my son and I are homeless and nobody will help us, right? But yet my mother is having one of my best friends from high school come out to her, like the church, and speak at the church about homeless because my friend is now an advocate for the homeless, right? So my mother's putting money in the church donation basket every week and having people come and talk and enlighten them about homeless, yet she refuses to help me. It's insane, you know what I mean? Like when you think about 1 in 3 females goes through domestic violence. 1 in 3. Think about that when you're at a football game or a concert. looking out at that field of women, 1 in 3, yet we look at it as a low socioeconomic problem in America, and it's not. It's something that people go through all the time, and it's not just a problem facing females, it's facing men, okay? And then to have every support system, and then having, so for some reason, why would a false narrative be made about me in that situation? And why? To protect their own interest, right? Because of what they're doing. A crime against me, a stolen inheritance. I'm getting all sorts of different narratives for the collective here, but an injustice has happened, okay? A jealousy, by you succeeding, it makes them fail, right? All right, and my twin sister's daughter died from an overdose that was the family completely refused to acknowledge, right? And made up all sorts of other reasons for. Yet, when I'm down at my worst and struggling to be a mom, but kicking ass, okay? Kicking ass, but struggling. But kicking ass, dude. Works to get my kid taken away from me, right? Because her kid was taken away. How could I still have mine? Hurt people, folks. And it's sad, and we need to speak out on this, right? All right, and now we have the P. Diddy case, right? And we're looking and we're seeing all these flying monkeys, people that stood by and watched these injustices, people that we looked up to, right? People that we glorified and put on pedestals. Now we find out that and how many people covered this up for these people. But this happens on a large scale, and it's also happening on a small scale to lots of people. We have a huge epidemic, folks, and I'm encouraging all of you. We've got justice being served, and we're going to see all of this come to the light. We're seeing that karmatic wheel come around, and it will all be coming to the surface. All of it. And that is just a few examples of what's really going on. But we have beauty in that, right? We have grown as humans, right? We are strong ass people now because of what we've gone through. We're taking all these lessons, and we're not afraid to speak out against them, because we know that helps the greater collective, right? It's all purpose driven. We signed up for this before we came here. And now at the time, we didn't understand it because we don't remember who we are when we come and incarnate here. We forget that we signed up to learn these lessons so that we could rise up like the phoenixes that we are. We're light workers. We were meant to do this, and we wanted to do this. All right, and we are strong enough to handle it. All right, and that is who we are. So now we look at these lessons, right, from the past, and we are thankful for them, right, because they made us who we are. And I'm telling you, we're scarred from that a lot of times. Then we carry these imprints of not feeling loved or not being loved. But I promise you, the inheritance I see coming is not just one of abundance, but it's one of love. And we'll talk a little bit about that with the rest of these cards.